In this presentation, we're going to look at Kano Kingdom. The Kano Kingdom was one of the kingdoms established by the Hausa-speaking people. The Kingdom of Kano was a prominent kingdom established by the Hausa-speaking people. Later, actually, the Kingdom of Kano and also other Hausa City States lost their independence and were unified, or we are all brought under the Sokoto Caliphate after the Jihad of Uthman and Fodio. But the Kano Kingdom was prominent as a strong kingdom established by the Hausa-speaking people. But there's one unique thing about Kano Kingdom. Among all the kingdoms in the area known today as Nigeria, as a matter of fact, the Kano Kingdom was situated in what is known today as northern Nigeria. And it played a very important role during this trans-Saharan trade period. So there's one unique thing about Kano Kingdom. It was one of the political units that witnessed some level of documentation of their activities and histories. The prominent Kano Chronicle has been a strong source of information about Kano Kingdom and some other kingdoms within that region, mainly most of the Hausa City States. So the Kano Chronicle happened to really make very great importance in the area of the documentation of history of that region. So the Kingdom of Kano was founded by a blacksmith called Diaya, who was of a Hausa origin. With the foundation, he actually founded the first settlement he founded was at Dala. From there, the settlement grew to the extent of a strong kingdom, which we refer to as Kano Kingdom. Well, later, another group of people joined them. And this group of people came from the eastern part of the region. This group of people moved down into the area where Kano was established. Well, the group of people were led by a man called Baganda. They were led by a man called Baganda. The kingdom, or the Kano Kingdom, was, as I said earlier, very influential. Islam entered the Kingdom of Kano during the reign of one of their prominent kings called Sakin Iyaji. Sakin Iyaji came to the throne around 1349, and he was the first king under Kano Kingdom to have converted to Islam. This was far before the Jihad of Uthman and Fodio. Well, he was as well the first king of Kano Kingdom to have been buried based on Muslim or Islamic rites. He was succeeded by his son named Kanajeji. Kanajeji was earlier an Islamic convert, and he was prominent to have imported weapons with which he was able to conquer some of his neighbors. He conquered Zaria and made Zaria and some other Hausa City States to pay tribute to Kano. With this weapon also, he was able to control some trades coming from the trans-Saharan trade within that region. Well, Kano reached the zenith of her development under a prominent leader called Sakin Mohammed Rufa. Well, Sakin happened to be the title of the king of most Hausa City States. Mohammed Rufa, who reigned from 1439 or 1463 to 1499. He was the king of Kano that built the prominent walls of Kano, the prominent walls around the city of Kano. Remnants or part of that wall is still in existence today, and it has become a source of a tourist attraction. The wall was almost 8 miles in circumference and 36 feet high. 8 miles in circumference and 36 feet high. It had 7 gates. 7 gates. The southeastern gates were named Gidam Rumfa. And a good part of this wall is still in existence for people to see. Moreover, Mohammed Rufa constructed some markets in the Hausa City, in Kano Kingdom, in order to promote trade or commercial activities. He introduced the Islamic practices. As a Muslim, actually, he introduced Islamic practices of Puda custom. And as well, under him, for the very first time, Eid al-Fitr festival was observed. He extended the palace of the kingdom and introduced the use of royal trumpets. He was as well the first king to have appointed eunuchs into high offices for professional activities and professional implementation of administration. The position of Kano in the central Sudan made it a very important place in the transit route of the trans-Saharan trade activities. Well, Kano was as well known as a prominent place, as a very important place where dyes, where clothes were dyed. Till the present day, the place is known for that technology. And the kingdom as well was known for the sales of kola nuts, which were moved from that region to other parts of Africa, to North Africa, and then down to the Arab world. Well, the decline of Kano set in after the reign of Rufa. This was because of series of wars that the kingdom fought. They fought a lot of wars with Zaria, they fought wars with Castina, they fought war with the Jukun kingdom. And this was the period of from around 1506 to around 1706. And this, mainly the wars with Castina, affected the powers and influence of Kano Kingdom. And this was as well worsened by famine. The famine situation due to dry environmental conditions affected the kingdom as well. From that period, the Kano Kingdom started having some issues. That at the time, the neighboring powerful Bonu Empire took over influence or had serious influence on Kano, and Kano was made to pay tribute to Borno Empire. Borno Empire, though, didn't take over Kano Kingdom, but the Kano Kingdom was made to pay tribute to Borno Empire. Well, later, when the Jihad of Uthman and Fodio started, unfortunately, Kano Kingdom was one of those areas conquered and made to be part of the renowned Sokoto Caliphate. Please subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so that anytime we drop any new content, you will be one of the earliest people to be notified. Also, we encourage you to share our content so that it will reach a lot of persons that might be interested in going through them. I still remain Fortunatus Onuh. Thank you.